Okay, now when I was in South Africa about a year ago, I met a young lad called Veneka. And Veneka has wanted to start his journey into being a professional photographer. So he has asked me some questions here that he has sent me, and I will do my best to give him some solid advice so he can become the best photographer that he can. Okay, over to you, Veneka.
Hi, Luke. So I've been going through becoming a photographer for the first time as a profession. I've chosen freelance only because I believe that this is something that I can control fully with my work rate, which I am proud of. I don't think anyone would really outwork me if you let me know that it's time to work. So I want things where it's hands-on, things that I can control. I consider myself a good salesman. I'm not afraid of fighting tremendous fights. I wanted to ask for advice on this. What would be the first thing that you do, assuming you're in Johannesburg in South Africa and you were a freelance photographer? What would be the first thing that you'd do? How would you generate leads? Who would you talk to? What types of people? And how would you make it so that you have continuous work? What do you think I should do?
Okay, Veneka, thank you very much for this nice explanation of your situation. And I do understand, okay? Now, listen, it's good that you already have some skills as a bit of a salesman, as you say, because truth is, like, there's two sides to it from what I learned. There is knowing the art of photography. There is knowing, how to take that photo right. And simply put, that just takes a shitload of practice, okay? But then there's this other side that you need to get into. And this is the other side that is just like, oh my God, how the heck does this work? And that is the side of business and running a business. Okay. Now, dude, listen. All right, so here's some things that you should be doing. First of all, get your skill to the highest frickin' possible level that you possibly can. And that would mean just constant practice, just doing it as much as possible, just getting friends, getting, people, products, whatever it is you want to get good at, you just keep doing it. All right, whether you're getting paid for it or not, you just keep practicing. And a really good, vital thing is just to have something that shows a portfolio. Okay, you can have it on as part of your Instagram account or something like that. But an actual website is nice because then you just put your best stuff there. And then as you take new stuff, you just swap it out. And eventually you get this page of just, when someone goes to it, it's just like, whoa, it gives this full impression of your top stuff, what you can possibly create. The best of the best that you could possibly do should be on your portfolio, okay? And then the next part is getting people to look at it, okay? Now, when I first started out and I was like, oh my God, how do I get some goddamn work? Man, I literally tried everything. I did everything from cold calls, cold emails, door knocking, putting flyers under people's doors and in letterboxes, handing out little flyers, in random places. I tried a bit of everything. I got a whole list of email addresses and just sent emails, and I had to try everything because I didn't know what was going to work and this sort of a thing. And that is one part of it. You just constantly outflow the promotion, the making yourself known, because while you know, and I think you already know this, but while you know that you exist, not many other people know that you exist yet. So there is this point of constant doing anything you can to make other people realize that you exist. That's a very basic thing of running any business or starting any activity, is actually not many people aside from your mother and your father and your close friends and maybe people in your group who, of work or whatever. Those people know who you are and that you exist, all right? But really no one else does. So whether it's, doing lots of promotional type things on, this is why social media is handy, because you can just create stuff and chuck it up and hopefully someone's going to see it, and maybe something might just go viral all of a sudden, and then you get seen by a lot of people and all this kind of thing. But there's a constant thing where you just have to promote. And that's a constant thing that you have to keep up constantly. And it takes some endurance, because you'll do it for a week or 2 weeks, and the first few days you're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna pump it. I'm just gonna yeah, I can do this forever, man. And then day 3, you're just I give up. It's too hard. But the people who make it are the people who don't give up at that point and keep going, all right? Now, the way to not give up and to keep the fire there is to know that this is what you really want to do, Your passion is what's going to keep you going, that sort of a thing. That's why people who don't follow their passion don't really get anywhere. I'm sorry, but while I was saying that, we had a freak power outage here in the extremely advanced state of Sydney, Australia. Okay. Anyway, to continue. So you got to keep that thing going, and your passion is what's going to drive it. Okay. If you love it enough, you just keep going. All right. This sort of a thing. Okay. Yeah. That's what separates the sheep from the men. Okay. A lot of people have dreams, and only a few people achieve those dreams, because it takes, you ask anyone who's successful at anything, or anyone, they're all going to say it was frickin' work, okay? Good. But your love of it will make you love it, if that makes sense. Okay, good. In my photography course, I go into a lot more about how to do it, all right? But basically, it's what are you trying to do? You want to be a photographer? You want it as your job? You want people to give you money for it? Well, what's the reason that's going to make people give you money for it? The reason is service. Service. The person who gives the best service, no matter of anything else, service is what will get you the money and the respect and this sort of a thing. And what you do is you promote enough. You keep going. Just, hi, how you going? Here's a flyer. Here's a Facebook post. Here's a blah, blah, blah. Until one person comes to you or messages you and says, do you reckon you could take a photo of me? Do you reckon you could take a photo of me? Yes, I can take a photo of you. Let's schedule this in, okay? And you go, and to the best of your ability, all right? Maybe you're not going to be you're starting out. You're not going to probably be the best of the best, but to the best of your ability, all right? And with your care, with your care enough to make sure that they have a good experience with you, not just as in, oh, the photo looks nice, but service, Because literally, you could go to a super lovely restaurant and it serves the most amazing food, but that waitress was rude to you. And you'll always remember that. And something like that alone, it's like they won't come back again. So more things than just the photography. It's about service. It's about it's this whole thing of business. All right. It's a different art than photography. Okay. You're selling the photos, but you got to think like a business person to start a business, So it's service, and he who can serve the best and get the customers the best experience and the best result that customer will then say, wow, that was awesome. Let's do it again next time I need something. That person will also tell their friends, make a little post, take a mention you to someone if someone else they know. And that right there is what every marketing agency in the world and every TV station and every big promotional outlet is trying to achieve, is this thing called word of mouth. But all you need to get this word of mouth is good service. Okay? All right? So, take the best photo that you can and constantly just keep practicing, all right? Build a portfolio so you can prove to someone, the point of a portfolio is to prove to someone that you're good, all right? So they can see an example of what you've done before, all right? Then when they give you the opportunity to serve them, you serve the pants off them, all right? A lot of things go into this thing of service, but it's just like, make sure they have a good experience and that, you know, if they paid you for it, they feel like, wow, that was so worth it. That was so worth it. I want more, you know? Oh, my friend wants something. Oh, you need to go to Veneka's the guy, bruv. Okay? Good. So, that's something for you.